Down again. All right, so YouTube deleted my post because it had music in it, and apparently I was copyright infringement. So I'm gonna voice over, and I'm gonna get some help from Yep. Basket's straight ahead on the right bank. Yep, shut up! Holy cow! And both Sean and I end up down in the drainage at the bottom. Basket's back behind that bush tree looking thing over there. Sean's landing low and left. I'm busting out with the driver again. I'm going a little right. See if I could skip up back behind it. Ended up a little short, a little bit right. I'm going to have a long look. Definitely was a little windy this morning. Sean for par. And we'll clean up our 4 here pretty easy. We had music playing, and so the screen got a little crazy. I'll fix it on the next frame. All right, here we go, hole 2. And the basket is on the right-hand side of the bank there. Really got to try to work to keep the disc on the right-hand side, because if you're throwing backhand, it wants to fade and end up in the drainage. Or you keep it low and get a roller. There's a little tailwind, I think, right here. And I'm pretty much aiming for the people down there yelling 4 right now. And ended up at the bottom. And Sean's got some work here. Second shot. And I think that one dumped left. And still got quite a bit of work there. Gonna bust out with a forehand. This is an unusual shot for me, but I've been trying to work on it. And I do okay. It's a little high, but good result. And I've got a long look. And I'm not even close. Sean, looks like a decent drive. I lost it, but wind is definitely picked up. And not a whole lot of a commitment on that drive, and I'll end up dumping left. Oh, Sean with his second shot. I think that one did all right. Basket is on this left-hand bank. And that one did all right. I think I'll have a look for par.
Sorry. I didn't mean to make that noise.
You gonna help me with my commentary?
No. 'Cause you know more.
Long look for par right here. You could just make fun of us, or you could cheer us on.
It's already over with.
No way. And just a little high. Had a good line there, just high. So I'll clean up for 4. And I lost track of what Sean's on here, but he's definitely slipping behind a little bit. Just getting a little warm. And that drive actually pretty good. Got a full flex out of it almost, or definitely got some flex. I believe the basket is playing on the left-hand bank. That one just came out a little bit low. Got some work here on shot number 2. And rips it. Heiser into the bank. Here I am with my second shot. Looks like that's a get freaky. And just a little high. Here we are for par. 20. And I believe the basket is way on the left, and I'm playing it like it's not that direction. So, or no, basket's way on the right. Actually plays by that building on the right-hand side over there, so I'm just shooting completely the wrong direction. Still didn't even realize it at this point. I'm just like, thought I had a killer shot, and it actually sucked pretty bad. But at least I got out there. Sean with a forehand. And that's pretty nice. They want to be a little more right than that, but I must have missed my second shot. This would be my par shot. Pretty good to get freaky ups. This is Sean for par, I believe. And here we go. Basket should be back behind that second tree. So not that first one, but back behind that second tree. It's a little hidden. The back left of the second tree. Here's Sean. Pretty good drive. It's about right where you'd want to be. So I've got some work. Still got to get up and over with the get freaky. And I end up going a little long. Sean here for bird. And my par shot, which is a little death putty because of the hill. So if you miss and you miss hard, you're going to leave some work. I'll clean up a bogey here, and Sean can drop in his par. All right. I think think this is 7. Basket plays pretty much straight ahead on the right-hand side of the field there. I lost that one. This one came out good. Got a little bit of flex out of it. I think Sean and I were about the same. I was just a little left and he was right. See if I can flex this one out, and not bad, just need a little more distance. Sean with a long 3. And me with a long 3. Now so we'll both clean up our bogey. And here we got dirt. I don't know what's going on. I just missed a bunch of 8, but 8 is a par 5, and I believe this is my second shot. And this is tough. Basket's all the way at the end down there. And really you just want to stay in the middle so you have a nice clean fairway to drive from. And Sean's going to do all right here. About perfect. A little rough footing here for me. And I'm going to just bounce back and forth. Sean didn't get quite enough turn on it. So I've got the tunnel shot here, which is the line I'm looking for, hoping it just hyzers out into the fairway. And I don't know what I hit, but it wasn't good. And I've lost track of shots, but I think I finished this one 6 or 7. It wasn't good. We'll see at the end. But hole 8 is tough. Go upshot with a drone, something that's a little stable. Wind blowing. And we're finally here. All right, off to number 9. And I believe this plays on the left side. Sean with a pretty decent looking drive. I'm going with a really stable fairway driver. It does play off to the left. That was my play, to just kind of stay left. It's hard to get a lot of distance out of this disc because it is the most stable disc I own. But it's going to stay on the left-hand side for me for sure. Sean, and this was actually a killer shot. So he, right there, almost makes it off the bounce from pretty far out. We were excited on that one. That was a really cool shot. And he's got himself a drop in, parked. I was really hoping that he was going to get the birdie from way out. Here we go. Sean always plays this one pretty good, and that's a normal result there for him. And I kind of struggle for as easy and short as this is. I don't know why I don't put it where it needs to go consistently, but I'll end up a little bit left short and obstructed. Well, a little bit of a look, but yeah, not good. Sean for bird. And here I am for par. And just didn't get enough on it. A little higher. I have a couple of shots like that in this round where I'm definitely going to need to make that adjustment to aim a little higher when I have to take any Sean drops in his par. Here we go. Basket is back behind those trees, so this is kind of tough to get yourself a look. Sean's got the right idea there with the forehand. I definitely don't trust myself on a forehand, especially at that distance. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get a backhand. And usually I just try to play it down to the base of the trees there, or right as the trees start, which is going to leave myself a pretty obstructed path to the basket. I'm going to try to skip this, which doesn't come out right. That ends up okay result. Definitely not what I was looking for. And I think Sean overthrew that one a little bit. Yeah. And just short on the putt. All right. This one plays really short and left, so you're just going to try to hyzer up over these trees and drop in. There is that big tree. It's kind of on the left there that would make it hard for a forehand, so in the distance as well. So hyzer, kind of drop right out. If you hit that tree, it's actually a good thing. It'll drop right at the basket, which I think that's what I end up doing here. And both Sean and I are going to have a look at a birdie. A drop in right there. Sean was a little obstructed. I think that was 12. We should be 13 here. And that's not what you want to have happen. That tee is really kind of lean, and you can see it right there. It's not the best spot to drive. That's one thing about Redline is the tee boxes are not the greatest. Sean getting some tree love. And I think that was me. Yeah. Sean and I landed right next to each other. This is a long basket. It plays all the way down to the end there and then on the right-hand side. And I'm going to take the long route. There's Sean, number 2. Here I am on my third shot. Just trying to get some distance, which that ended up okay. I would have preferred to turn it over more and end a little more right. Here's Sean on number 3. And I'm sure he's thinking the same thing. I still got a ways to go here for my 4th shot. So again, I took the long way here. Here we go, get freaky up shot, which ended up, I thought, really get out of my hand, and it hits the ground and kind of rolls away. And I've lost count, but I didn't play this basket too well. This is actually one of my favorite baskets. It's down back behind those trees there and elevated, so that's always fun. The wind made it a little interesting today. It looks like it's right to left. And I have that turned over a little bit, but it flexes back out, and it was a pretty good result. I'll end up on the bank on the right-hand side. Sean's playing low. We're both about the same distance. And shoots that one a little low. I'm going to try to hyzer, and I just leave it inside and end up hitting the tree and getting stuck in the tree. Sean, I think that was his par shot. And we have ants right here, so Sean's just really trying to hustle up and get away from the ants, and yeah, bummer. I'll take a little bit of time and clean up. I end up taking a penalty on that one because I did get stuck in the tree. I think this one plays back and left quite a ways. It plays on the left-hand bank, but I could be wrong. A lot of these baskets at Redline are pretty far. Get this one turned over a little bit. Oh, Anheuser. Get it to flex out. We were playing the drainage there as casual, so no penalty. Really only took a penalty when I went into the tree. There's normally quite a bit of out of bounds, and we're playing this one pretty casual today. And Sean loving the drainage there. Discs definitely like to find their way into the middle. I don't know what I was doing there, but it didn't look good. Here we go, Sean, and money. That was a nice putt. The camera was a little low, so I lost track of that one.
Whoa, Kenny. Well, Kenny. What the heck? Am I wrong?
That actually worked out pretty good there. Sean for number 2. Looking like a pretty good upshot. Little forehand here for me. And drains the par. And there we go. At a par star round. At this point, it's definitely getting hot, but we're getting close to the end. I think Sean has me by like 1 or 2, but neither of us are doing too hot. I definitely was having a hard time with committing to shots and getting a good snap on the disc. Sean actually is ripping here towards the end. He has definitely got some power on his drives, and that one just got launched. The basket does play to the left on this one, so he is going to have some work. I'll typically want to play it on the bank, the left-hand bank there the whole way. And so that happened, and I was like, I'm just going to re-tee and take a penalty. When I got showed up by Sean's monster drive, I was like, he put the heat on that thing. So here I am taking shot number 2. And this one's a little better. And for par, got lots of work left on shot number 3 here. Sean with number 2. And he is killing it right now. That was a great shot. And I missed a couple, but yeah, that was a pretty good basket. Here we are in 18, and my phone's about to die because it's overheated. So get to see half of my drive and a scorecard. And that one plays all the way back behind that tree. So here we go. Probably messed the scorecard up one way or the other, but at least it looks like Sean had me by 1. Neither of us had a great round, but it was a good time.